Okay, let's talk about what might just be the single biggest competitive advantage for small businesses today. And the thing is, it's pretty much hiding in plain sight. We're talking about artificial intelligence. I want to start with just one number, 15%. What do you think that represents? Because honestly, this figure should be a massive wake-up call for every single small business owner out there.
Yep, that's it. That's the percentage of small businesses. We're talking teams with under 50 employees who are actually using AI tools right now. Just think about that for a second. In a world where these tools are more accessible than they've ever been, the vast majority are just leaving this huge opportunity on the table. But this isn't a sign that people are failing. It's a wake-up call. That super low adoption rate, well, that's a wide open door. It's a competitive advantage for anyone who's ready to be the first to step through it. So, what's the real problem here? It's not that the technology is too complicated or out of reach. It all comes down to a gap in perception, a huge difference between what AI can actually do for you and what most business owners think it can do. And that perception gap, it's basically built on a foundation of myths. So, you know what? Let's just break them down one by one. I'm sure some of these have crossed your mind, right? Things like, isn't AI just for the giant tech companies? Or, there's no way I can afford that. And maybe the big one, is this stuff even reliable enough to trust with my business? And look, these are totally valid concerns, or at least they were. The problem is they're based on an old idea of what AI is, an idea that's basically a relic now. The whole landscape has completely changed. So what caused this huge shift? Well, it all comes down to one pivotal moment in late 2022. This was the turning point that made all those old myths about AI pretty much obsolete overnight. To really get this, let's do a super quick history. The concept of AI has actually been around since 1956. For decades, it was just kind of evolving quietly in the background, in things like our spam filters. But then, in late 2022, OpenAI released ChatGPT to the public, and absolutely everything changed. This was the moment AI became visible. For the first time, it wasn't just for researchers in a lab. Anyone could have a conversation with a really powerful AI. It went from this abstract, kind of nerdy concept to a practical, essential tool that was suddenly available to everyone. So, okay, how does this history apply to you today? Well, the most practical way to think about AI right now is to see it as your first digital employee. And this is where the big irony kicks in. Small businesses, the ones who are most stretched for time, money, and people, are the very ones who could benefit the most from all this. And yet, as we saw, they're the ones using it the least. So what can this digital employee actually do? Well, it can draft a week's worth of social media content in just a few minutes. It can generate professional client emails and proposals. It can take a long, boring report and summarize it for you. It can even analyze customer trends without you needing a data team. Basically, it handles all those repetitive tasks that eat up your day. And remember that myth about cost? Let's just shatter that right now. The reality is, most of the powerful AI tools out there have free versions, or they cost less than your monthly coffee budget. We're talking under $30 a month. To put that in perspective, that's cheaper than hiring a freelancer for even a single project. And honestly, it can often deliver the work much, much faster. The value you get is just incredible. So this is the whole idea of the AI employee. It's not about replacing people. It's about adding a digital assistant to your team. A low-cost, super efficient toolkit that takes care of the tedious work so you can get back to focusing on what actually grows your business. And all of this leads to one really crucial conclusion. The time to act is now. This window of opportunity, it's not going to stay open forever. Your larger competitors, they're not waiting. They're already using AI to automate their processes and create content at a speed that was totally unimaginable just a couple of years ago. They're doing things in hours that used to take teams days. How do you even begin to compete with that? If you take just one thing away from this, let it be this. The threat isn't that AI is going to replace your job. The real threat is that a competitor using AI will out-innovate, outproduce, and ultimately just outpace your business. And you know what the best part is? The barriers to entry have completely crumbled. You don't need a huge budget. You don't need to be a programmer. All you really need is a little curiosity and the willingness to just get started. The entire playing field has been leveled. The tools are here, so the only real question left is this. Are you ready to compete?